All right, welcome class of 2017, a new video for this new class. A lot of other videos have been old redos from previous years, but this one is special for you. It's factoring cubics, an expression that has the highest power of being 3. And there's different ways to factor them. It depends on what you have. In this case, it's with two terms, so a binomial, and one of them happens to be a cubic. And if you look at the second term, it actually is a cubic as well. But enough words, let's take a look at what we have. On the right, there are special factoring patterns, like it says right there, for cubics. And the left-hand side, where it says sum of two cubes and difference of two cubes, are the theoretical side, and the conceptual side, and on the right hand side the example is when you actually have variables and numbers you can work with and you can factor them. So let's take a look at what we have. There are two situations, sum of two cubes and difference of two cubes. We're going to focus on the sum of two cubes in this case. What we're going to do first is multiply a binomial with a trinomial that gets us a cubic. So we're going to work backwards. We are going to deconstruct this by first multiplying, and then we'll go ahead and divide it out, which is the same as factoring. Okay, so we're going to multiply out the binomial to a trinomial to show you where a cubic might come from. So we take that x and distribute it to the trinomial in the second parentheses. So x times x squared will be x cubed, x times minus 2x will be negative 2x squared, and then x times 4 will give us 4x. Right? And now let's watch out for the second child syndrome. You must still multiply the second number, the plus 2, to the trinomial. So the 2 must go to everything inside the other parentheses as well. So when you multiply the 2, when you distribute it, uh-oh, did I do that wrong? Shoot, wait. I have an accidental, oh wait, hold on. I have a plus there, or a minus where it should be a plus. So let's change that. Let's change that. What the heck? Sorry. Whoops. It's not working. There. So that's a plus. Okay. Sorry for the time. And now we combine our like terms. X cubed and 8, there's nothing to combine it with. And then we look at the x squareds, they cancel out. We look at the 4x's, the positive and the minus, they all cancel out. So all we actually end up with is x cubed plus 8. So in this particular case, we have no middle terms. They actually all cancel out. And what we'll do is now work backwards from here. So we get this is a cubic. You have x to the third power plus 8, and since it's to the third power, it is now a cubic. Okay, so now we're going to try to factor that. So you know how we created in the first place, multiplying the binomial to the trinomial. And this only works in special cases. That type of binomial, that type of trinomial. All right, so we're going to work backwards. Okay, you ready? So this is what you'll get. You'll get this as a question. Let's factor x cubed plus 8. And, okay, so we take that x cubed and look at the 8, and notice that both of those are cubics, not just the x cubed, but both of them are cubics. So x happens 3 times, and also in this case 2 happens 3 times. So 8 can be changed into 2 to the third power. So 2 to the third power is the same as 8. So 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So what we do here now is change both of them into cubics. X to the third power, 2 to the third power. And we can use our formula up here at the top with a number 1 by it, the sum of two cubes, and factor this. So x represents a, and 2 is now your b. So now we're going to factor that. So according to the formula, if you have two cubics, a cubed plus b cubed, you can factor it into a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared, which is what we had at the very first line up there by the 1, where you have x plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4. That's what this formula represents. So now we just take our a, which is equal to x, and our b, which is equal to 2, and plug it in. So wherever a is, you put an x. And wherever b is, you put a 2. Whoops, I should have probably done this. Da, 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 da. Where is it? There. So everywhere there's an A, we put an X. Wherever there's a B, we put R2. And then we fill in the blanks with the blue stuff, the parentheses, the pluses, the squares, the minus. So you fill that all in, and then you work out what you need to work out. X plus 2, just X plus 2. In the trinomial, it becomes X squared. You put the 2 in front of the X, and that becomes minus 2X. And then 2 squared is equal to 4. All right, so really all you have to do is fill in the blanks. You just, if you know what your A term is and your B term is, you plug it into the formula for a cubic. All right, so that is your factor. Boom. And if it looks like what we had at the very beginning. Okay, bam, right there. You try this now. We have x cubed plus 27. You give this a shot. So press pause and then try this yourself. Factor the x cubed, which is already factored really, and then factor the 27 into a cubic and see what you get. Okay? All right, good luck. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at what we do. X cubed, I'll put parentheses around the x. 27 is really 3 to the third power. So you now have two cubics. You have x to the third power and 3 to the third power. So now you plug that into your formula. X is going to be your A, 3 is going to be your B. And let's plug it in. Bam. Let's take our formula, which you'll just have to memorize. That's our formula. And then plug in x and 3 wherever we need to. So instead of a plus b, you put x plus 3. And now instead of a squared minus ab plus b squared, instead of a squared, we put x squared. Instead of minus ab, we put minus 3x. Instead of b squared, we put 3 squared. And bam, that's our answer. If you want, well, you should take that 3 squared and change it to 9, and that will be your final answer. All right, good luck. We'll see you in the next video where we will talk about the difference of two cubes. Now remember, the sum is when you add. That's why it's a cubed plus b cubed. The difference is where you subtract. That's why that next video will be about a cubed minus b cubed, and that will be a slight difference. If you see that formula there, it's slightly different than this. So what you have now is the capability of factoring cubics. Just special cubics that look like this. Anything else with extra terms, we may have to use other techniques in which to solve them. All right, thank you very much.